Welcome to SML Total Access, the official podcast of the Sim Madden League. Now, here are your hosts, ZZ the Great and Primetime 000.
Hello and welcome to the SML podcast. We are back in action, SML Total Access. I'm Primetime 000, and with me, as always, is ZZ the Great. What's going on, man?
What's up, Prime? Back in action. Back at it again, man.
Yes.
You ready to get back out here? It's mid-season, man, and it's a lot to talk about. And I'm pumped up, man. I'm ready to see what happens this season, man.
Yeah, man, I'm fired up. We had a successful season 31 with one of our most viewed Super Bowls. We took a little hiatus. Coach Paulie's been putting out podcasts, lots of content still going on late in the cycle. Here we are, though, SML Total Access. The best podcast is back. And let's get right into it, talking about on First Down. We're going to talk about mid-season surprises. Do you have any surprises looking at the standings or just any teams in general that you see that are shocking?
Well, okay. The biggest surprise for me, and a guy that I'm semi-happy for, and I like what they're doing, is I'm going to go with the Cards, man. The Arizona Cardinals are in second place behind Sunday in the NFC, and he's currently 5-1. Now, I've been in the league for a while, and Cards, he's been in for a while as well. And he's been he's always he's been like a few touchdowns, one touchdown short of winning this game, or this one play short of making that one a win. And he's had some horrible seasons because of it. And the fact that he's currently 5-1, I mean, I haven't really looked at his record, but that in itself is just a great feat in the SML, just to flip the season around like he did.
Yeah, man. It's funny you say that, because do you remember about a few seasons ago the Cardinals was doing well, and then I kind of talked bad about them, and then said, "Don't at me, bro," and then he added me. So, it's Colt 45. I'm here to tell you. Oh man, I'm not buying you, bro. I'm sorry. It's just here's the thing, man. You beat Grams. He was 3-2, but other than that, you haven't had a win over a team above 500 this season. Maybe next year. I just think you're gonna hit a slump. Don't at me, bro, is all I gotta say.
And just to back up my theory, I mean, I think just in the SML in general,
competition's tough.
Competition's tough. Competition's tough. It's still, he put up 56 points on the Giants.
That's tough. No, he's doing well. He's doing 5-1 is very impressive. I don't care who you play or who you are. There's no easy win in the SML. But hey, I gotta do it for views. So Cardinals. Yes. Hey, if you want to shut me up, don't at me. Keep winning. You know, there's a difference. So,
what do you think is your mid-season surprise?
Yeah, my mid-season surprise. You've got to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. Everyone's like, who's Kansas City? Well, first of all, Corey is his name, I think, because I don't even know who he is, and he's got the second-rated defense in the SML right now, and he has beaten. Well, he hasn't really beaten
80 overall team, man.
Yeah, the Chiefs aren't that good. He's taken over from Haas, and I think he's just going to run away with the division. I think that the AFC West is probably the worst division in the SML, and I think that he's going to run away with it. So that's probably the surprise team, just somebody from the primer again, just kind of dominating their way through the SML.
Did you hear that, NYT? You have pulled us from out the trenches. We are no longer the worst division in this league.
Yes.
AFC West. You guys suck.
So there you go, the official suck division of SML. So moving on now to the Redskins, our defending SML champion, the Washington Redskins, Paulie's favorite player in the SML, Sunday Squad. He's got the baby goat, the BG. I call him the fetus goat. So he's at 2 Super Bowl wins right now. One more win will put him at 3 this cycle, tying me with the most of this cycle, and also giving him a dynasty. Will he achieve dynasty status this season?
this season, well, if he's going to do it, he got to do it now because those two defensive ends. But I'm just going to say no for history's sake because from what I've seen Sunday, he's one of the greatest players in our league. He was one of the greatest players in the primer. But I've also seen him get beat in big games.
Yeah.
And I've seen him lose a lot of big games. And I honestly think, well, the score says different, but last year's Super Bowl, I mean, the miracle, Memorial Day miracle.
Yes.
You can't win them all like that.
Yeah.
So because of that history, Sunday, don't at me. I love you, brother. Not a big deal. This is my analysis of what I think. I just don't think he can actually win another one before this cycle ends.
Yeah, I think that if he can get past the NFC, then he will have to either play somebody besides myself or QB Stud. I think that the blueprint's out on him at this point. I think that QB Stud is obviously he's beaten him. I feel like I'm a better player than him just straight up. I think I'm better. So, yeah, other than that, though, he'll have to play somebody like Meats in order to win another Super Bowl coming out of the AFC. That said, that'd be a great Super Bowl, too, because Meats isn't a joke, and I know Meats is trying to get the folding chair nickname off his back. But, yeah, I mean...
Meats is 3-2 right now,
Meats
just
is
by the way.
3-2. His losses are to the Colts and to the Patriots. So, Meats has had a tough schedule, but, hey, I think he'll be all right. So, moving on now. Speaking of teams that are
just to end that part, do we realize that one day, eventually, maybe most of this league is going to be primer guys?
Yeah,
because that's how we're getting them in. So
the primer thing is kind of like at some point they're just SML guys, right? Like it's no longer
right.
Because
it's just a recruiting process.
It's just a recruiting process. So primer guys, because for a while there, if you're an SML OG, you knew there was like a little influx of former MF league guys, I think, and it was like MF versus SML. Yeah. You remember that? So that was kind of That was kind of cool. But now it's primer versus SML. So I don't know, but it's good. It's a good problem to have that we're staying full thanks to the primer, a successful venture of the SML.
Thank you, Mike FML.
Speaking of Mike FML, that leads us to third down. Can Mike FML make the playoffs? It looks like he's playoff bound right now. Can he do it, though?
Hell to the no.
Oh.
I said it here.
Oh.
Mike ain't making no playoffs. We can't have two good guys in my division.
Oh,
man. In the hell. So no. That's a hard no from me. Mike is going to fold. I mean,
really?
You call me the folding chair. Mike's currently 3-3. There's no way he's making it to the playoffs because he's not going to win the division.
Really?
So if I'm a hard no on Mike making the playoffs. Mike, don't at me. I love you still, but I want to see you lose all the time.
Honestly, look at I'm shocked. But looking at his upcoming opponents, he's got Grams, Meats, and a few games against NYT, and that's about it. He's got Coach Pauly, and I know there's some no love lost in the Coach Pauly versus Mike FML rivalry. That Coach Pauly game might decide his playoff hopes, and I don't know, man. I think this might be the year Mike makes it over NYT. NYT has had a strong few seasons, but I think Mike's gonna figure it out this year, just enough to also. Something to think about. If Mike makes it in at the 4 seed and he finds a way to play Sunday, Mike FML is one of the few guys who have beaten Sunday in the SML. So Mike is a guy who will drop a game against somebody who sucks and beat one of the best players. So just something to know. If Mike makes the playoffs, he won't be a circle win.
True that.
But just making the playoffs.
But I don't think Graham's going to lay down. I don't even think he gets past Grams.
You don't think so? Yeah, Graham's at some point is going to start playing angry, I think. He's been losing some games. That he doesn't normally lose. So I think we're going to see the Phoenix coming from Florida coming soon.
Yeah, he's 3-2 right now, and Graham's not going to lay down in that game. He's going to it's going to be a big game for him.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on now, fourth down. So far this cycle, we've had some big moments. Leading champion so far is myself. Sunday in second place. We've got Gov. We've got QB Stud, all with rings. What are some of the biggest surprises of this cycle, good or bad, would you say? As this could be our final season, we're going to get into that a little bit later, but so far, what's your biggest surprises?
Yeah, some the biggest surprises, of course. I think the biggest thing that happened, of course, you can't ignore the Memorial Day miracle. We never thought we'd see a game like that in the Super Bowl, let alone just casually watching.
Mm-hmm.
So that to me is one of the biggest things that happened in the SML this year.
Yeah.
As far as players, one of the biggest surprises is the fact when QB Stud won the Super Bowl. I think that was a shot in the dark. Nobody predicted that. Nobody said it would happen.
Mm-hmm.
It just something that just happened. Yeah. And bad things, of course, the departure of Haas and Gov and some of the staple piece guys in the SML and how the landscape is changing, I think is one of the biggest things as well.
Yeah, the thing about the Memorial Day miracle is, and I'm probably partially biased, but the general consensus of the league, I'm sure, or seems like, feels like I outplayed the Redskins. So it's kind of like a boxing match that went to decision, and you thought one guy was going to win, but then the refs called the other guy or the judges. So it's like, we need to run it back.
2 seconds left. He headbutted you and knocked you out. It looked like a punch.
Yeah, we need to run it back. We need to run it back, but that was by far one of the coolest moments. Even as it happened to me. Yeah. Obviously, I was butthurt when it happened, but after it happened, I've used it as advertising tools for the league, and I think it was
the greatest
cool.
thing that ever happened.
It was one of the greatest things that ever happened for this league because we can use that. Commentary was on point. The play was retarded, and it's got all you want to get viewership. People hate Madden. This is why. Oh, by the way, look at our league. Like where this crap can happen. So yeah. I mean, we got some applications because of it. So yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
So, but my biggest surprise, I would say probably QB Stud winning a Super Bowl. I don't think he won one in the primer and getting one in the SML in his first few seasons.
Out of nowhere.
That's pretty cool. I'd say that's pretty cool. Anyway, moving on. Oh, also
NYT is a big surprise.
NYT's been a big. Also, Woods, the Browns, disappointing. Yes. He's had a good team. He's a good player. He just hasn't quite made it happen this cycle. I kind of expected more out of Woods. And
the fall of Lawyer Killer and Grams is also two big shining things that happen.
Do you think they'll ever return to their glory?
I believe so. I mean, guys who are good at Madden are good at Madden for a reason, and maybe this game wasn't tailored to what they want to do, and the next one might be tailored to other people's strengths. So we won't know until the next Madden comes out.
So I've seen a Field General win a title, and he was very good for a long time, and then he kind of fell off. Do you think so? You don't see that happening with Grams and Woods then? Because fall offs are possible.
It's going to be more difficult, just like it's going to be more difficult for me to win a division or for me to ever win a division again or to get above 500 because it's not like the competition's getting worse.
Right.
Mike, stop sending good people to the SML. Send us some freaking normal people so we can make it look like a real league.
Yes.
Not just a bunch of great guys playing.
Yes.
It's not a competition league.
I agree. We need some easy guys. We need some just guys I can run the stats up on. Just
these guys getting too good, man.
I need a circle win every now and then just to keep the confidence boosted, but
yeah. But we'll Lawyer Killer or Graham's return to that, That's a really big question.
And the next question we'll find out. And the next question is on the extra point. Obviously Madden, there's been some leaked release dates. Some have said early August, some have said late August. That kind of puts us in limbo. We thought this is our last season. Might not be. What's your thoughts on running one more after this year?
Hey man, if we got the time, I think the best solution for time in between Madden is to keep playing Madden. And if we got time to run another one, man, and the way we advance, I don't think we'd have any problem burning through another one as long as the release date lines up at the end of August. If that's the case, we can 2-day advance this thing, and I guarantee you, most people will get their games in.
Yeah, the nice thing about it is I think if there is a late August release date, we're gonna run one more. And people are like, well, what will interest be like? All these games are getting played at a rapid pace still. And
Yes.
with that said, you also have to look at, we're already halfway through the freaking season. You know, like
It's already.
by the time we put this podcast out, we'll be in week 7, you know. So it's kind of crazy to think that this season's already flown by. I feel like we haven't even started yet. We're already halfway through.
It's crazy. It's like the Memorial Day miracle was yesterday.
It really does feel like I still dream about that. I still dream about that.
Yeah, you're probably still having nightmares
I'm
because
still
of this
having
shit.
night-
It's already mid-season.
Every time I blink, I hear Meats yelling, "Caught, caught!" And you know, I hate Meats' voice now. I don't like Meats now. I hate Meats. You know, so if I never heard Meats' voice again, I wouldn't be sad. So
Yeah, you know, you're my bro, and you know I always root for you. That, I mean, it was just football. It was just it was a miracle. It was just something that happened.
The SML needed a moment like that. We've had a few great plays, but that one was probably the greatest play in SML history. It's pretty cool that I got to be a part of that. Even though if I was on the other end of that nobody would ever hear the end of that. I would have bought the shirt. I'd be wearing the shirt. So,
you were the call.
Yeah,
Meats call. You love his voice.
I'll tell you what, Meats would not have made the shirt though if that happened for me though. I would tell you.
Hell no, you would not.
No, you would not.
I think Meats would agree to that.
He wouldn't have even said caught. He would have been saying like,
oh my God, he caught it.
Yeah, he'd have been crying. He would have slammed his laptop shut and the commentary would have cut out. But anyway, all right, guys, this is getting off filter here on SML Total Access. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm Primetime. He's ZZ. That's SML Total Access. Thanks for listening.